Dr. Revere, thanks for joining us here at Medpage today. We really appreciate your time. Our latest installation as a social media Medfluencer. Do you think of yourself that way?
No, I don't. I think of myself as a garden variety person.
Now, tell us a little bit about why you began this profile. You started uploading really years ago.
Right. So I created my YouTube channel just so I could see cool videos, I think back in 2007. But in 2016, I was really bored one summer. I had a lot of free time before medical school started. So I just started making content, posting it, really thinking that no one would ever see it and it would become of nothing. But one day I decided to upload a video to show my mom about what my first day of medical school was like. And I kind of didn't go back on YouTube for a couple days, but when I came back on, I noticed I had 600 new followers and a lot of new comments. So I thought, okay, well, they really like that kind of video. Let me just make another one of those. And then that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, I looked at your content and your first post was how to get over a breakup. And then you kind of saw that evolution.
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to make content that helped other people. And at the time that was what I was going through. I thought that could be something helpful. I don't know if anybody ever was helped by that video, but I ended up finding a niche in another area of the world that could help other people a lot better.
When you did that video, you got that surprise engagement and then you went down that track. Did you think that that track was going to continue long term? Because even that now started when you began medical school and now you're a general surgery resident.
No, I have zero expectations, zero thoughts. I didn't even know that there were other medical students or doctors who had a YouTube channel or did similar videos. So I kind of stumbled upon it accidentally and just kind of day by day followed it. I really had no goals, and I honestly to this day still don't really have any goals. I just do it because it's still fun. People still enjoy it, and that's what I do it for.
Why YouTube? Why did you choose YouTube originally?
So I love YouTube. I personally spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos. I'm not really an Instagrammer. My options, I suppose, at the time would have been to be a professional Snapchatter like Dr. Miami or an Instagrammer like Dr. Cat. But I don't like taking pictures of myself. I just think I'm very awkward and I don't really know anything about Photoshop editing or my good angles. I'm just also way too awkward for like pretty posing and whatnot. Twitter, I like Twitter. The thing about Twitter though is if you say something and you're just kind of uneducated at the time, people retweet that like crazy and what you becomes kind of permanent. And it's so easy to say something accidentally on Twitter, and it's a little bit unsafe, or in my opinion, it's a little bit risky for a physician, I think. And then Snapchat, my username was just way too embarrassing to like spread that all over the world.
So now we have to ask what it was.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, so it ended up being YouTube. You found this transition into medicine, day in the life of a med student. You have videos about how to study with me. That's content people would think, why would anybody be interested in this? Did you ever think that? Were you surprised by the uptake?
Yes. So when I started making vlogs, I would ask people, what video do you want next? And they would say, I want a study with me video. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll teach them tips and tricks of how I study. And so it was a video of like 10 things I do to study. And I would have people comment below saying, no, that's not the video we wanted. Oh. And I would think, wait, then what do you want? We want a video of you actually recording yourself studying. And I was like, what? Why would anybody want that? And so they would send me examples and I'd be like, wow, it's just a video of someone studying. I'm not sure why anyone would watch that, but I made one, and my study with me videos are actually one of my most popular videos. I have no idea why, But I guess I understand people like to study or like to have the background music and the company of another person, which I really get now, because when I kind of stumbled upon that world, I kind of went into it myself because I study too. And I really enjoy it. I watch lo-fi hip hop beats. That's a really fun video to watch. It just plays nice, cool background music to study to. And there's like an anime girl who's studying. I don't know if I really appreciate her, but I do appreciate the background music. And so, yeah, that's how that video became.
Okay, all right. So what is your goal when you go in to try and post now? I mean, you said you have no goals really, but do you have a benchmark that you want to hit? You know, I'm going to post 10 videos a year, one a week. Is there a concept? Do you have ideas of what you're going to do in the future when it comes to videos?
Right. So I guess as far as my frequency, I would like to upload once a month. It doesn't always happen that way because I just am so busy. So at least once every month. And I just post whatever I think someone would be interested in. I noticed that there wasn't really a video on how to study for the app site, so I made that. And then once a year, I try to make a video on like an update, how I feel about general surgery and what's going on in my life. But most of the time, it's just vlogs about week in the life of a physician and whatnot.
Do you think that's an area where there isn't enough content and that's where you help kind of fill the void a little bit?
Well, these days, I think a lot of people are in this Medfluencers realm. A lot of people weren't doing it back when I started, but it really took off recently, or actually like a couple of years ago. So I don't know what I offer that other people don't do. I know a lot of people do day in the life or week in the life videos now. But I guess I just add a different type of personality that some people really appreciate. I think there's something you can learn from everybody, and there's also different fields of medicine that people can look into. So I think there's enough space in YouTube for all sorts of people.
How do you find the time to do it? You're a general surgery resident now. You were on overnights just last week, right? So where do you find the time to fit in this social media aspect? Does it take a lot of time to put these together?
Right. So it's very difficult. That's the bottom line. There's not a lot of time, and it is really difficult. And especially as I become a resident, it's becoming more difficult. But luckily, the thing about vlogs is all you have to do is do what you usually do, but video it. So that's why I think I'm able to keep it up as a general surgery resident. Almost any other type of video would be way too difficult. And then I've gotten really fast at editing my own videos. There's no other person who works for me or with me, so it's really easy and fast to get a video recorded, uploaded onto YouTube, and edited in a few hours on a free day that I have.
Okay, not too bad, but it is still a time commitment. We ask all of our Medfluencers this because people want to know, do you get paid for the content that you upload and you produce?
Yeah, so YouTube pays us for the ads that we roll on our content, and we also get paid for any sponsorships that we feature on the page, and that helps a lot, especially as Medfluencers, because I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I do have med school loans, a lot of them that I get to pay off because of what I do. So it's very helpful.
Do you ever feel any pressure from those sponsors to talk about an issue in a certain way or cover an issue in a certain way?
No, I make sure I pick sponsorships that are very, very, they don't have a lot of requirements. They are easy to work with, and it's a product that I appreciate and I think that others will appreciate. I get a lot of questions, a lot of emails about, sell my fake wine, sell my mattress. And I'm just like, why would anybody want to know about your mattress on my YouTube video?
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm very picky, and it's really no sweat if I'm not able to make money from that sponsorship because I refused it, because one day I'll be a physician and I'll be just fine.
So, when was there a point when you saw your followers sort of blow up?
Um, it happened. So the first time, it so it always plateaus up, but then sometimes there's like large spikes. So it's always going up. And so the first time would be the first time I uploaded a YouTube video about my med school life. It
Mhm.
went up a bit, and then I had uploaded a video about my I don't even remember. It was like a week in the life of my anatomy final. And that video had like 1 million views, and I got
Wow.
10,000 new followers every month for like 6 months. And I couldn't believe it. And that was one of the first times I had gotten paid from YouTube. And I couldn't believe it. I had no idea where that came from. I don't really particularly know why that video, what made it special. But that was another instance where it kind of, my YouTube channel kind of blew up. And I noticed after that, people would start to come at me with sponsorships or for call outs on my Instagram and whatnot. So that was probably the first video where I noticed a large bump.
Now, a lot of Medfluencers noticed this spike during COVID. Your videos don't really revolve around COVID content. Day in the life as a surgeon, residency must-haves, what's in a
Mhm.
surgeon's work bag. So do you ever plan on transitioning the account into more news of day, perhaps, or medical information? Or do you still want to keep it more of your life, your style, what you are doing week to week?
Right. I think I'm just going to keep it as it is. I think that those the people, the medfluencers who make videos about the latest news and whatnot, uh, they are especially educated and read on those issues, and they have, I don't know where they find the time, but it's just that, but that would be something that would take a lot of effort and time to do correctly that I don't think I can offer.
When you're after your surgery residency practicing, no? Transition over?
I don't know. You know, honestly, like truly and deep down, I'm a very private person.
Oh,
So
I think that would
I
surprise
don't
a lot
know.
of people based on your content.
Yeah. So my content, I really try to exclude most aspects of my life that aren't about my job, like my family, my friends, and my other interests. But yeah, deep down, truly, I am a very private person, and so I think that when I become attending, I may not want to, do this forever. I may want to start thinking about other aspects of life, like starting a family, and
Okay.
yeah, just being more private, having more private life.
So instead of thinking about expanding it, you're actually thinking about possibly ending it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah. I think other people have goals of where they want to take things, and it's because I just stumbled upon it accidentally. I never really thought about taking it anywhere. I just am having fun with it, and I know one day that that won't be something I can do for the rest of my life. So,
When you're no longer having fun, why keep doing it?
right. When there's other things I need to focus on.
Makes sense. Well, in the time being, though, what advice would you have for other folks who want to jump into this space?
Well, I think that content is very, people can see through a fake personality, a fake. Well, basically, what I'm trying to say is have fun while you're doing it. I think it's very important to have fun and to
Be
really
authentic.
enjoy. Yeah, to be authentic, and to show people who you really are. Because if you try to portray that same medical student slash physician that is done 10,000 times over, you're never going to stand out. But everybody has a different personality and something to offer and to give the world that I think someone will appreciate. And even if you aren't completely, you don't blow up like with millions of followers, if you really enjoy it, then it's worth it. And if you really enjoy it, consistency is the key to success. So the only thing that's going to keep you consistent is something that you enjoy, especially in the beginning when there's not a lot of payback. So what I would say is to be authentic and to give something to YouTube or wherever it is that you actually really enjoy and feel passionate about.
It's great advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Revere, for sharing your knowledge, your insights, and your experience with us.